Hello and welcome to another Game Usagi review. So, today we're taking a look at the BenQ, I think that's how it's pronounced, BenQ, I'm pretty sure it's BenQ, XR3501 Ultra Curve Gaming Monitor. If you can't see too well there, it has a bit of a curve to it. Ooh. And also, you'll notice that I have to shoot at quite a wide angle because this thing is absolutely enormous. It is big. Human hand compared to male hand, human compared to, don't have any other kinds of hands, sorry, compared to the size of the screen. And so it has an LED backlight. It's 35 inches. But it's a 21:9 monitor instead of like a 16:9. And so if you think about it, like it's almost it's like 1 2/3 the width of your regular like 1080p monitor kind of deal. And so yeah, 2560 by 1080 is the resolution. And yes, so this is one of BenQ's big gaming beasts at the moment, and it is huge. And for the most part, it's pretty magnificent if you've never had an ultra-wide monitor before. You'll see it has a curve, as I mentioned before. When you're looking at it straight on, you don't even notice the curve. And especially in games and stuff, like I thought it would be a bit of an adjustment to something with a curve. And the only thing I really noticed is the glare is probably a bit better on the screen. It doesn't actually affect what's going on appreciably in any like negative way or anything. Like nothing seems strange when it's on, and we'll hook it up and turn it on. There are a couple of caveats dealing with an ultra-wide monitor though. One of the big ones is that most games are made for 1080p kind of deals. Or even like if you're going 4K, it's normally the same kind of aspect ratio, right? And this is a lot longer. And so if you don't want letterboxing or big bars anywhere, most games will let you set the resolution to ultra-wide, or will eventually have some hacks and modifications, and I'll talk about a couple of the programs you can use to make your games run a little bit better on it. So it has most of the specs that you'd be looking for in your gaming monitor. It has a 4 millisecond response rate. It's a 144 hertz refresh rate. The contrast ratio, everybody measures it differently, and so that number doesn't necessarily mean anything. They say it's 2,000 to 1 in this one. Take that as you will. Yeah, generally it performs like a really nice high-end monitor, but there's a few caveats as well aside from the game compatibility. Number one is that it's not like a 4K, like it's not a Retina, and so if you're sitting fairly close to it, as they kind of suggest you do on the box even, so that it takes up more of your periphery of your vision, you can notice the pixels, as it were. The pixels are a bit larger than they would be if it was a Retina style display. But also if it was a Retina style display, you'd have a very difficult time running most of your games. Because, unless you have a quad setup of Titan X graphics cards, you're not getting the kind of resolution that you'd need to run an ultra-wide display at 4K, really. Like, even the only $600 to like $1,000 graphics cards probably wouldn't do it so great if you want everything on max settings in your contemporary games. Now, the second caveat, aside from pixel size, is that it's really hard to plug things into the back. And I found this out right away. It took me probably about 4 minutes to hook up the first HDMI cable to this, just to begin testing it out. And I've had it for a couple of months now, and it gets better over time, like when you figure out where the ports are and stuff, but it's still pretty difficult. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a jump cut here. We're going to turn the monitor around, and I'm going to time myself trying to plug in one of each kind of cable that this monitor supports. And I'll bring the camera a little bit closer and let you see just where the issues are with getting cables into this dude. Okay, so, well, you can see me. Hello, hi. In the shininess. But, yeah, so this is what the back of the monitor looks like. And it's a really heavy deal. And so you wouldn't want this falling on a cat or something. But, what I'll do is I will, it's going to be GoPro style, but we'll take the camera in here so that you can see what happens. So we got the circle deal, and that you're supposed to put your cables through, and what you're shooting for is having all of your inputs kind of obscured behind this big bar deal. And so not only that, and they are labeled and stuff, like, oh, this is where you're supposed to put your power thing, right? And oh, this is the HDMI 2 and stuff, right? But if we look, get an angle up, there's actually a bit of a lip here, and then you have the things, and this is as far as you can reach, and then you have to go in from underneath with the hole, right? And so you're coming up at an angle through the back here, and then there also isn't a whole lot of space here for the cables, and it has the little hooks and stuff. But, yeah, so you have to get the cable through the hook, and then you have to bend it, especially if it's a thick cable, and try to get it to go into these ports. And, yeah, for ports, we have power, 2 HDMIs, display port, and then go over to the other side here. There's a line in, a line out, and headphone jack are the other 3 there. Yes, display port, and oh, it has a mini display port as well. Okay, so yes, those are our inputs. So I will get my cables together here, and then we will have a time challenge to see how long it would take to put in one of every kind of cables that this monitor supports. Okay, so we're ready with our cords, and what we have is the power cable, a thicker HDMI cable. This is the kind of HDMI I tried using at first, and it is not a fan of bending, and so that's a fun time. A thinner HDMI cable, we'll compare the two. It's like about half the width of the other dude, and this one, yeah, a little bit better for bending. Then we have the display port with little clippy deals to mini display port cable like you might have in a MacBook. Yeah. Focus. Yeah. Display port to mini display port. This comes with the monitor. And we'll use that for both of the display port things. And then we have just a standard audio patch cable for our line in and line out. And a pair of Apple EarPods for our headphones, which will go into the headphone thing. Yeah, that reminds me that also it doesn't output any sound, and which hit and miss on monitors, and sometimes the speakers are bad anyway. But when you plug in the HDMI, especially, or the display port even when you're using your MacBook, it likes taking over the audio input. And so you have to either switch it back or figure out what's going on with that. Yeah, you'll be changing your audio settings if you want to output the audio elsewhere than this monitor using headphones. Okay, so I will grab my iPhone here, and I'll do a rough timer on the phone, and then we can... Okay, got the stopwatch going. Okay. I'll set that there. Is that visible? Can't tell on the tiny screen. Yes, no, maybe. Yeah, okay. Well, I will show you when it's done. if you can't see it. And I'll also, in somewhere, I'll run a digital timer as well through the video editor so that you get a little bit more accurate of a time frame. Okay, so here we go. And I'll be looking around and trying to figure out this stuff as we go. And yeah, this isn't like my first rodeo trying to plug things into this monitor either. Hey, so this is, once you have experience, this is how hard it or how long it is. So here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, power cable. Let's go. Hook it through and pop it in. Okay, power cable. Okay, HDMI cable of the large. Okay, no, we'll do small first. Okay, so through here. Okay, and the HDMIs do not go as you would expect them to. It's kind of upside down, if you will. Okay, and 2 fingers. Okay, let's go. That's correct. I know it's correct. Okay. Here we go. And in. Yes. Yes. No. Okay. Okay. Is it the other way? This USB superposition going on here, except with HDMI. I was pretty sure I had it right the first time. What do we got? And my phone fell down. Okay, no, I was right the first time. Okay. So there we go. And in. Come on. Okay. Small HDMI. Okay, now big HDMI. Let's go. Okay. So bend it around. And it's hooked. Okay. And get it in there. Because you can't really see it while you're plugging it in. Especially if you have this monitor on a desk, not up on a pedestal somewhere. Okay, second HDMI in. DisplayPort, let's go. Okay. DisplayPort. It's a bigger one. Okay. Get that in there. Okay. No, there is no hook for the DisplayPort cables, just so you know. They're also right behind the metal thing, so a little bit hard to maneuver, especially if you have other things plugged in. Usually I try plugging the DisplayPort cable in when I don't have other things plugged in so that there's more room. Okay. Oh, got it. Okay. And mini DisplayPort. Okay. Okay. Go in. Oh, I think I got it. Are you in there? Are you in there? Mini DisplayPort. Oh, okay, mini DisplayPort is in. Okay, now, luckily enough, these are on the other side, and so they're a bit easier. Okay. And line in, line out. Okay. And headphones. Okay, and stop. Oh, okay. So, on my small phone timer, I got 4:15:63 there. And yep, so, well, sorry that you had to watch that. Maybe I'll speed it up. Yes, so 4 minutes and 15 seconds to plug everything in, feed it through the red hole there. And so, yeah, as you can see, bit of an issue with cable accessibility. Good thing about the monitor, though, is that games are just beautiful running on it, and it's a more immersive experience when you have your entire field of vision covered by the game world. And so I'll pause again, flip this back around, hook it up to the gaming computer, show you a couple games running on it, give you a couple tips, and then we will be done. Okay, so the game we're going to look at is Fallout 4, because that's what everybody's playing now. And so the things that I needed to use, and you can see that there's bars, but that's just at the beginning. The things that I used to get this running on the entire screen, because Fallout 4 is one of the particularly finicky games with ultra-wide screens, is there's an app called Flawless Widescreen, and it's free. And it has built in a lot of hacks to help games run better at the full widescreen. And then also a mod called Widescreen Fix. So between the mod and the app running in the background, it makes the world nice and wide on the screen, yes. And so, I don't know, I don't really have anything to do in Fallout anymore, waiting for the DLC. We'll go somewhere just so you can see a bit of action. For sound, I just plugged in a couple of external iHome speakers to the headphone jack on the monitor. And that's generally what you have to do if you want sound. Hello, lady. I could use your help. Okay, I can handle it. No problem, ma'am. Okay. See if we can go find anything to shoot. I don't have too many mods going. Like nothing like having weird items or people or anything. So otherwise it's fairly vanilla. A couple of graphics mods here and there just to improve the resolution of this or that. Oh, there's a giant dude. Okay. This dude will probably take me out, but we'll go say hello. Hello, giant dude. Oh boy. I don't know if I've even thought about... Oh my goodness gracious. Can I hit him in the head, please? That's not doing a whole lot. Oh no. Okay. Oh hey. No, I actually got him on the ropes. Eat it. I'm like level 60 now, so. And he's caught in the trees. Did we get him? We got him! Hooray! Good job, team. Okay. Double tap, make sure that he's done. Okay. But yes, so, ooh, hello, Curie. Yes. Ultra-wide Fallout. And it is. It's as magnificent as it looks. And so, would we recommend the XR3501? Yes. Yeah. Like, the problems with plugging things in the back and the pixels being kind of large compared to, say, a Retina screen are, yeah, far, far secondary to just how great things look when you run on it. And how transformational of an experience it can be for immersive games like a Fallout or a Skyrim and stuff like that. It doesn't have G-Sync or FreeSync or anything, and a lot of people say that, especially if you're sensitive to frame rate skipping and stuff, that can help out more than an ultra-wide. But if you're looking for something really big and it'll help you with productivity, have a bunch of windows open at once, and also want it for games where it's huge and magnificent, then yeah, definitely give a look into the XR3501. So we'll catch you next time on GameUsagi.com. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. And oh, sorry, Kiri. I have the "you can't hurt your people" thing, so no worries.